The best of the week on Relevant Radio.
We'll go to Sal now in Fresno. Good morning, Sal.
Hey, good morning. Been hearing the information, they're inviting people to go to Mass Sunday for the Brown Scapular. And could you give me a little bit of history of what that's all about? Because I know what it's about. People wear them because they think if they're wearing the Brown Scapular and they pass away at that time, that they're going to surely go to heaven. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. Be happy to. So this goes back to an incident over 800 years ago, actually even longer than that, in Aylesford Priory in England. And St. Simon Stock was a Carmelite religious superior of a Carmelite monastery there. Our Lady appeared to St. Simon Stock, and the story is that she showed him the scapular, the Brown Scapular in particular, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, which would be a sign of devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, asking her for her prayerful intercession, venerating her according to God's own giving of glory to Our Lady. And so it was a way in which people, not only monastics and those in religious life who have a longer, bigger version of the scapular, so there's an R at the end, scapular, and that's from the Latin word for shoulder, and it's worn over the shoulder. So there's a hole in the center for the head, and then the front comes down, in some cases down to about your ankles, and the same is true in the back. So it's part of the habit for some religious orders that denotes a special devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Now, for lay people, this became something much smaller. In essence, it's like two strings on either side with a small patch, typically, it could be as small as a postage stamp, could be a little bit bigger, but two patches of woolen cloth. Sometimes they have embroidery on them, could be an image of Our Lady, Jesus, etc. They don't have to have anything on them, but this is a custom for many centuries now, where Catholics who wear this wear it in a way similar to how you might wear your wedding ring. Your wedding ring doesn't make you married, but the wedding ring is the symbol, an outward sign that you are married. And in the same way, wearing the Brown Scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, or any of the other versions of the scapular, it's a way to remind you, most importantly, that you are asking Our Lady to pray for you. Now, it's also a sign for other people because they can see, oh, he's Catholic, whether they like what they see or not. But there is some lore that has accumulated around this. And to your question, it is not known to be actually authentic. There's no evidence that Our Lady, in fact, told St. Simon Stock that whoever wears the Brown Scapular will automatically go to heaven. It's not part of the Church's teaching. And although, granted, this is in the realm of private revelation, the Carmelite order has no evidence. There's no documentation, no mention of it in the writings of St. Simon Stock and others that this was ever said. So this is an idea that has grown up around this devotion. So that's the first thing I can tell you, is that the Church doesn't teach that if you wear the Brown Scapular that you're automatically going to go to heaven. What makes you automatically going to go to heaven is if you die in the state of grace, loving Jesus, sorry for your sins, trusting in him, and to be not in the state of mortal sin. That's what will lead anybody to heaven. If somebody dies in the state of mortal sin, you could wear 10 scapulars, and if you die in the state of mortal sin, you're not going to go to heaven, you'll go to hell. So there's nothing magical or talismanic about wearing the scapular, but it's indicative, the wearing of it is indicative of a trusting, loving devotion to Our Lady, and the ramification of that is if you live your life that way, where you love God with all your heart, mind, and strength, and you love your neighbor as yourself, and you're invoking the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary, it seems very unlikely that somebody who lives that way is going to die in the state of mortal sin. It's not impossible, but if you live your life that way, chances are you're going to die in the state of grace. And much of the benefits that you receive in this life will have come from these intercessions of Our Lady, who promised to intercede for those who ask for it. So that's the background of that. There is what's known as the Sabatine privilege, and this too is not something that's rooted in documentary evidence, but it's this notion that you will be freed from purgatory on the Saturday after you die and go straight to heaven. Is it possible that there is something to that? Yeah, it's possible. But the church doesn't say that it's absolutely true because, as I say, there's no evidence that would support that view. Most people who know about the scapular, I wear the scapular, by the way, for what it's worth. Most people who know about the scapular and follow this devotion, they probably have heard things like what you're saying. You get out of purgatory the Saturday after you die, or that you're guaranteed to go to heaven. And all I'm saying here is that, no, the church doesn't say that. The church does, however, say it's a good idea to have this devotion. It's a good idea. It's helpful to you to invoke the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary, but to avoid these extravagant claims that are not actually claims that were made by Our Lady. I'll leave it at that. Does that help, Sal?
Oh, it's great help. Thank you. And the only question I have, do you wear your scapular 24 hours a day, or do you just wear it if you're wearing it under a shirt or whatever? I don't ever see them outside the clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I wear it 24/7. I mean, obviously, if I'm swimming or taking a shower, on a daily basis, the scapular comes off. It's not a good luck charm. It's not a magic talisman. You're not spiritually vulnerable somehow if you're not wearing it. It's a sign of devotion. It's like I wear my wedding ring all the time. And I would never even think of taking it off, not because I will somehow no longer be married if I were to take my wedding ring off, but because I want to wear it. It's a reminder to me of my love for my wife and her love for me. So yeah, I wear it under my shirt. Nobody sees it. I do know some people, I kind of wonder, they seem to want people to see their scapular. Some people will wear it in a way where it's very obvious that they're wearing it. It's not for me to question their motives, but I'd say most people who wear the scapular, you wouldn't know it. It's hidden under their clothing, and it's a private devotion for them. So I hope that's helpful, Sal. I appreciate the call. Like what you just heard? Share it with your family and friends. And thanks for listening.